Alright, folks. Well, I just got out of seeing the new film from Gareth Edwards, The Creator, and I gotta say, it was pretty good when compared to most modern films. When compared to the many great movies over the years that this film is referencing, however, well, I wouldn't put it on my top 10 list or anything. Hell, I don't even think I'd put it on my top 20, sad to say. Although the film is touching on a slew of ideas we'd already seen in other movies prior to this, I'd have to say the main takeaway is the fresh aesthetic these ideas are presented in. While great special effects nowadays are nothing new, and not a good enough reason alone to rush to the theaters, you have to appreciate how great this movie looks in terms of not only just CGI, but also on a production design level as well. All of this on a now seemingly modest budget in a post-inflation Hollywood of only $80 million. The Creator really showcases the kind of work a director with a special effects background like Edwards can do when he's not shackled to the whims of the production companies and playing ball, making Godzilla and Star Wars movies for Warner Brothers and Disney. Instead, we are getting, in my opinion, a true follow-up from a quaint indie filmmaker who directed a little movie from 2010 called Monsters. While not perfect, it's definitely something worth seeing from a filmmaker and sci-fi nerd's perspective. Inspirations for the themes and visuals are well known and obvious. They remind us of Blade Runner, District 9, Elysium, the works of Simon Stålenhag, as well as frequent callbacks to The Terminator, and also notably the second Renaissance story from The Animatrix. Something I appreciated was the attention to detail in the world building and the willingness to dive the audience head first in this well-crafted vision of the future. They don't hold your hand as we rush through the exposition at breakneck speed. There's lots of great battle action with cool futuristic tech, vehicles, gadgets, and weapons. Also, from a photography point of view, the movie has a slick look with an extra widescreen aspect ratio, strong color palette, and a shallow depth of field. All in all, the Creator has lots of great visual tidbits, storytelling nods, and background elements that might make the movie worth your time if you have a decent attention to detail. Now, Kerry Washington is good enough considering he's another Nepo baby, and the other actors all service their characters well considering these characters only have surface-level traits for the most part and are simply there to further the plot with utilitarian dialogue. Despite lacking on the emotional character arc front, I have to give the Creator credit for being both a decent sci-fi film and a decent war movie, despite the war being fictitious, for now. But besides amazing visuals and a pretty fantastic soundtrack, the Creator's tone leaves something to be desired, as it is both rather heavy and unfortunately quite heavy-handed as well. The themes are explained so that a child can understand them, but the movie might be a bit too violent and extreme for small children to watch, as it showcases the genocidal slaughter of robots and humans alike. A huge problem with the film is that all attempts of levity are thwarted by having quote-unquote jokes and humorous situations occur while war crimes and other atrocities are being committed on screen, which was, a little jarring to say the least. My other huge problem with the film, the Americans. We're so used to seeing British characters as villains, I guess old Gareth thought it would be a nice twist to make the bad guys in this film the United States of America. That's it, the USA. Not the UN, not NATO, not even some coalition of multiple countries, or even a fake sci-fi country or coalition like the USSA or the Federated Territories or something clever. Nope, not even something vague like the Westerners. No, it's just the Americans invading the peaceful land of China. Wait, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's called New Asia now, because it would be rather distasteful to have China being carpet-bombed by a US superweapon, although it's perfectly alright to depict Americans as bloodthirsty eugenicists desperate to exterminate AI by any means necessary, even if that means invading New Asians' airspace and land, nuking entire villages and decimating populations with absolute impunity from the rest of the world. Yeah, likely. That being said, my biggest gripe, surprisingly, is one specific casting choice. While I do like Sturgill Simpson's music and his recent cameos in movies and shows, I gotta say, nothing against Sturgill, but why the fuck would the casting director also cast this guy, Robbie Tan, in another major role in the movie? Now, I might be alone here, but I feel like I was going fucking crazy during the movie, wondering why the hell they cast a famous country singer in two very different roles for no apparent reason. I thought I missed some offhanded line of dialogue about how Drew, the guy with the hot robot girlfriend, and Shipley, one of the evil invading Americans, were actually twin brothers or something? I mean, both characters were human as far as I could tell. Maybe they were trying to show the dichotomy of nature versus nurture by having these two twin brothers walk very different paths in life. Oh wait, no? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it's just another big-nosed, blue-eyed, older relative of Elijah Wood-looking motherfucker covered in blood. It was legitimately difficult to tell them apart, and it was only after I got home and checked IMDb that I confirmed they were in fact two different dudes. But yeah, for the most part, I appreciated the effort of doing a mature-themed, futuristic war movie that wasn't a sequel, spin-off, reboot, or other adaptation. And while being one of the better films of 2023 is a low standard to beat, I definitely recommend giving this a watch just from a filmmaker's viewpoint alone. Besides, what else is playing in the theaters that looks worth a shit? This is Stupenzo from Tales from the Dorkside signing off, but before I go, I have a special announcement for those of you digging the We Watch riffs and all those who love spooky season. All October, on Stupenzo's YouTube channel, we will be celebrating Dorkside Schlocktober! We are releasing fully riffed public domain horror movies every single day in October, completely unedited and unaltered with hilarious commentary from myself and many special guests we have met this year. Join us as we watch schlocky movies and share with us the thrills, chills, the spills, and the what in God's holy name are we watching? And as usual, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that jazz.